Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the 2025 Hatch. We're so glad you're here. This is the soft opening of the evening, and I just wanted to invite everyone to work around the room over the next 45 minutes, meet our hatchlings, ask questions, see their ideas. Over the next 45 minutes, we're going to be highlighting and interviewing those hatchlings, but for this time, we welcome you to get up, meet the students, grab some refreshments, network, and have a great evening.
All right, hello. I'm here with Michael D. Shetler. We're here to talk about his pitch tonight, which is called Campus Cuts. So I'm going to turn it over to Michael to give us about a 1-minute pitch of his business idea. So Michael, why don't you tell us a little bit about your idea?
Thank you so much, Glenn. So my idea, of course, is Campus Cuts, BGSU's first all-around hair care solution. As a freshman at the Schmidt-Horst College of Business, when I got to campus, I immediately noticed a huge problem. Not only is there no on-campus option for affordable, convenient hair care options and accessories, but there's no off-campus option as well, really. A few here and there, but they're either way too unaffordable for the average BGSU student or too inconvenient to reach, especially if you don't have a car. That's why I'm looking to start Campus Cuts. I want to be able to provide every student and faculty member at BGSU with an affordable, convenient haircut whenever they may need, and also fill the hole of hair care accessories. Because while there are very few hair care products and accessories available in our campus markets, they are too inexpensive, and or they may be out of stock. So I'm looking to provide a wider variety of hair care accessories to give every student and faculty member who may need it whenever we have it.
Great. Well, thanks so much, Michael. In the couple seconds we have left, you mentioned that you're a first-year student here at BGSU. What inspired you to get involved with the Hatch so early in your career here?
To that answer, all I could say is Ryan Holly. I had him for my BA 1500 class, and I'm not going to say he threatened me, but when I came to him with my idea, he said I better get some backing for it, so I immediately joined the Hatch.
Excellent. Well, we're so glad that you were able to do that. Again, for all those in the audience, please do keep an eye on the screen so that you're going to be able to vote. Again, Michael, thanks so much. And I'm going to turn it over to my colleague, Gabe Dunbar, on the other side of the room.
All right, thanks, Glenn. Gabe Dunbar over here on the other side of the ballroom. As our spectators come in, we're going to be highlighting each of the hatchlings and their ideas to give you a little sense of that and invite you to pick your favorite even heading into the program. So I'm here with Allison. Allison, tell us about Mind, Body, and Soul.
So Mind, Body, Soul is more than just a gym. It's an all-encompassing health facility that offers not only physical therapy, but mental health therapy and a nutritionist.
It's amazing. So when did you first come up with this idea? Is this something you've been working through for a while, or is this a recent idea?
So this is an idea that I've had kind of since high school. My best friend and I would go to the gym, and then we'd go to the nutritionist place down the street. And then I started working with Arlena Alexander, who entered me into the world of mental health and how critical it is to the people in our community.
That's amazing. That's really cool. So how long have you thought about the Hatch? I know some of our students have thought about this for a while and thought about participating. What's that story for you?
So I went in to go to an entrepreneurship minor. I thought I was going to minor in entrepreneurship and major in business management. They told me to enter in the Hatch. They asked me what my dreams were and what my goals were, and I said I want to be a business owner and I want to help as many people as possible. Now, they showed me the Hatch and they said, you're going to sit here and you're going to apply right now. And I sat there, and that's exactly what I did.
I love it. Well, Allison, best of luck tonight. So again, friends in the ballroom, as you are seeing these hatchlings, come visit them, vote. We're going to have a slide up on the screen that you can vote for your favorite hatchlings to take our 15, and we're going to bring 5 up to the stage as our finalists a little bit later. So Allison, thanks so much.
Yes, thank you.
All right, we're here with our next hatchling. This is Emma Shrimper. We're really excited to hear her pitch about her business idea called Marikai. So Emma, why don't you tell us a little bit about the business, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so Marikai is a craft boutique and classroom. It's all about passion and creativity meeting actual experience. So you can go to a Michael's or a Joann's, if it's still in business, obviously, and you can get help, but it's not experienced help or guidance or anything. And with Marikai, it's all about having that classroom aspect. So that's experienced crafters teaching people and reigniting old hobbies and learning about new hobbies. So it's not just about, making a craft and throwing it away. It's about reigniting something that you're interested in.
Well, Emma, thanks so much. I'd love to hear a little bit about what inspired you to start this kind of business in particular. Anything you want to share with the group here?
Yeah, so I'm actually a crochet artist. I've been doing it for about 5 years. And this kind of idea started when I went into craft stores and they were just so lame and so overpriced, and it was unhelpful, and there were aisles and aisles of supplies but no actual guidance on what to do. And so I wanted to make a space that feels like home. It feels like you are family there, and it feels like you're connected.
Well, Emma, thanks so much. Again, everybody, please don't forget to vote. And we're going to move on to our next pitch in just a second. Thanks again, Emma.
Thank you.
All right. We're back with another student. This is Kirsten. Kirsten, great to have you here tonight. What are you pitching tonight?
Hello, I'm Kirsten. My company is Leaflick Natural Beauty Essentials, and Leaflick's goal is to provide natural, effective, and affordable beauty care products for specifically young women and college-age women like yourselves.
That's amazing. Now, what is the origin story? Leaflick is an interesting name. Tell me, what's the background with that?
Yes, so I'm a proud Afrikaner American. So my mother is from South Africa. She speaks Afrikaans, and I know a little bit, just a tiny bit of the language. But Leaflick means lovely, but it's a term that's used there to describe something that's beautiful inside and out, all-encompassing beauty. So I thought it was perfect to represent my brand and our mission.
I love that. That is really cool. Now, one of the themes of tonight is that entrepreneurs are everywhere, right? All of our students are entrepreneurs. And I'm curious, because your degree is in flute, right? Flute performance? So tell me about that. What does entrepreneurship mean, even when you're a musical arts student?
It means, well, I just have so many things I want to do, I guess. But it means taking your ideas and just springing them into action, figuring out how to balance two different passions that you might have.
I love that. Thanks so much. So students all over the campus are entrepreneurial. Kirsten, thanks so much for sharing your story with us.
All right, so keeping up with the theme of entrepreneurship is everywhere, our next hatchling we're going to talk to right now is Eddie Cunahan and his business Protectipad, and his major is actually in aviation, so we're really excited to hear about him and his pitch. So Eddie, why don't you give us about a minute of your pitch? We'd love to hear what it is that you're focused on today.
Hey, y'all, my name is Edward Cunahan. I am a second year here at BGSU studying aviation, as mentioned. And my product is the Protectipad. This came about because I cracked my head open when I was about 4 or 5 years old from hitting the countertop, and a company was born. The Protectipad essentially shields any countertops from any children about the ages 2 to 13, give or take, and it's customizable. And when I mean customizable, I say this in 2 different ways. First off, the color. It'll be it'll be colored to your countertop, and that marble countertop will look beautiful, unlike an ugly green pool noodle. Secondly, it'll be measured out to that said countertop, ensuring a perfect fit every single time. I appreciate all of you coming today. Definitely come over and see me, and I'm excited to meet all of you. Thank you.
Well, Edward, thanks so much for that. So I wonder, you gave a really compelling story about why this business is so important to you. We know that businesses are often born out of necessity, right? You really want to be able to make sure nobody else has that same experience. I wonder if you can tell us a little bit about your process. Maybe was there ever a time where you ran into a challenge that you had to kind of think around or pivot around?
Yeah, for sure. The product design in general, it's kind of a pain. I'm trying to make the product as thin as possible, and that kind of comes with the safety aspect. I don't want to risk safety for making a product thinner in general. So yeah.
All right, well, thanks so much, Eddie. And we're going to turn it over to Gabe on the other side of the room and hear from our next hatchling. Thanks so much.
All right, good evening. I'm over here with Andrew Schwartzlander, our next student, to talk about his idea. And stemming from graphic design, this idea has something to do with your academic background. How did this idea come to be?
So Tidy Album was sort of born from my ideas of not only graphic design, but also taking photography classes, sort of organizing photos, as well as how can people actually print them, hold them, and have a strengthened connection with them?
I love it. Now, Andrew, when I first heard about your idea, I was like, yes, I need that, because as a father, I have lots of pictures, can never find the pictures that I want. What makes this unique in how you organize photos?
Of course. So compared to our competitors, we're taking a step back and helping the user organize their photos prior beforehand to the printing process.
I love it. I love it. Now, a lot of the students tonight are using a framework called design thinking, right? And you're very familiar with this as a graphic design student, right? Design and design thinking are very synonymous, as is a lot of things that we're doing on campus. Talk to me about how design thinking applied to this project for you.
Yeah, so design thinking sort of came very naturally to me in the understanding the process of it. It was very free-flowing, and naturally, a lot of the process, especially into the actual visualization, I feel is what really strengthened my presentation overall.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so Andrew and all of our other students are around for you to network with, so continue to work the room, and there's also a slide coming up to vote for your favorite hatchling to send them on to the finals. Thanks so much, Andrew.
All right, we are here with our next hatchling. I'm here with Audrey Narhi, who is a senior nursing major, whose business proposal for now, we're going to hear a little bit about now. So Audrey, why don't you tell us a bit in your own words about what your business does and what problem it's trying to solve?
Yes. So For Now is a new social media platform that focuses on mental health and privately or publicly documenting one's unique mental health journey. So many people going through different mental health circumstances do not have a supportive community in which to share those with. So I really want this app to be that first step for them in finding support, learning from others, and really just inspiring themselves that life can get better and their circumstance will only last for now.
Thanks so much, Audrey. And I know that you're a nursing major. I wonder if you can talk a little bit about how you're able to kind of blend this entrepreneurial spirit with your major. How much did that influence the pitch that you've just made for us tonight?
Yes, so far through nursing school, I've been able to see so many different ages, so many different people going through different things, suffering physically and mentally with so many different disorders and health circumstances. And a lot of these people don't feel like they can go to anyone. So again, I want this app to be something that they can pull out and just start that recovery journey. And yeah.
All right, well, that's perfect. Thanks so much, Audrey. Again, the opportunity to vote on your favorite pitch is going to be available real soon. And I'd encourage all the folks who are seated in the audience to get up, network, move around, and start to meet our hatchlings and connect with each other as well. Thanks so much, and I'll turn it over to Gabe.
All right, I am here with Chanel. And Chanel, what is your idea all about?
Hi, my idea is about aromatherapy, and specifically aromatherapy candles. I believe aromatherapy is traditional health, but it still helps and benefits us a lot.
I love that. Now, Chanel, what are you studying, and how did you get connected into entrepreneurship or the Hatch?
I'm currently studying psychology and minoring in entrepreneurship. I got connected to the Hatch because of an entrepreneurship class, and Ryan was my teacher. And I told him about what I was doing, and it was honestly just a hobby because I invested so much in candles. And he's like, you know what, we can make this something. You should go in the Hatch. And I was like, okay.
I love that. That's one of the neat things about our entrepreneurship minor, that any major can add that, right? So psychology with an entrepreneurship minor, flute, it's amazing. Now, I'm curious, what's the story behind the word Oshun?
So Oshun is a Yoruba river goddess, and she is representing fertility, love, and just overall healing. And I wanted to incorporate that with aromatherapy because it is healing and it's natural health.
I love that. Thanks so much, Chanel. Again, as you're in the room, please vote for your favorite hatchling to be able to send them on to our 5 finalists. Thanks so much, Chanel.
Hi there, I'm here with Harrison Jacob and his business Hive Nexus. Harrison, I wonder if you can give us an overview, just about a minute or so, and so that the folks in the room can hear about your pitch and all about your idea.
Absolutely. I'm Harrison Jacob, the founder of Hive Nexus, where sustainability and innovation are coming together through the power of honeybees. Here's the reality for you. Over 70% of the U.S. honeybee population died just last year. And when the bees die, our farms, ecosystems, and environments are at a great risk. But that's why we started Hive Nexus, where we design and manage smart, scalable beekeeping systems for anyone with land, making it easy to support pollinators and protect the environment. At Hive Nexus, with our monthly base service, we offer fully managed beehives, locally harvested honey, and even potential tax benefits, all without lifting a finger. It's a simple, powerful way to protect the environment and support pollinators. At Hive Nexus, we believe that small actions lead to big change, which is why, by placing beehives where they're needed most, we not only hope to build healthier ecosystems, but stronger communities, one hive, one place at a time. So if you're ready to take that awareness and turn it into action, join us at Hive Nexus.
Well, Harrison, thank you so much for that. And I have to ask, why bees? What got you interested in bees in the first place?
Well, some of my youngest memories are when I was a small kid, working out in the field with my grandpa and my father. I'm a third-generation beekeeper and have kept hundreds, if not thousands, of beehives through the years. So by keeping these bees, not only do I give back to my community and my environment, but I help support the pollinators that have given me so much.
All right, Harrison, thank you so much. Great pitch. And we're going to turn it over to my colleague Gabe across the room for our next hatchling. Thanks again.
Thanks so much, Glenn. I am here with Maya Balderson. And Maya, tell us about your idea.
So Nocturnal Nurture will be a reliable overnight childcare for night shift workers. Now, we are going to utilize the growing future of AI to help ensure the safety of these children. Now, using this technology, we will create an app that allows for constant monitoring and the updating of information very quickly.
I love that. So I'm a father of two. I have an 8 and 10-year-old. How would I utilize this? Like, what's the target market? Is this for younger kids? Is this for kids of all ages? Because sometimes I'll leave my kids at home, but maybe they need a little bit of oversight.
So our real target is 3 to 5-year-olds, but we also are going to include 6 to 12-year-olds. Now, those aren't really expected as much as the younger kids, but we do want to include that market for the parents in need.
I think that makes sense, and this parent is very in need. So if anybody wants to babysit tonight, come over. I'll find you somewhere. Where did you first think about this idea? Did you know you wanted to be part of a hatch, or how did you come up with this idea?
Well, I've worked at a daycare for 3 years, so I saw this need, and I've always thought about it. And then when I came to Bowling Green and heard about the hatch, I was like, I'm going to apply with this idea and see where it takes me.
I love it. Well, best of luck, Maya. Again, for all of our folks in the ballroom, please make sure to work your way around the room, meet our hatchlings, see their great ideas. And again, the slide on the screen is to be able to vote on your favorite hatchling to send 5 to the finals. Thanks so much.
All right, we are here with our first double hatchling pitch of the evening. I'm here with Berkeley Rhodes and Gabby Workman, and both are first-year students. We're really excited to hear from them. So I'd love to hear, why don't we get started with your pitch about your business, Roadwork?
Of course. So Roadwork is a customer journey map created for the upcoming entrepreneurs, specifically hatchlings.
Excellent.
So we take our clients through this 5-step process we've established so they can better understand their customer and learn how to market to their correct customer.
All right, well, thanks so much. So I've got a couple of questions for you. It sounds like you've got some really, really great ideas here. What are some of the ways that you've been able to apply some of this work already? What's some of the feedback that you're getting?
Yeah, of course. So we've actually worked with 2 other hatchlings in here, as well as a few clubs on campus, and it's really showed us how to better understand our customers and how to really apply our knowledge to any business around campus.
Excellent. Anything you'd like to add to that?
Yeah, everyone should come see our booth and come get candy.
All right, so you heard it there. We've got candy over at this booth here. And again, thanks so much, and great to see our first-year students getting so involved so quickly here at BGSU. I'm going to turn it back over to my colleague Gabe, and thanks again for a great pitch.
Hey, we're live on the other side of the ballroom. I'm here with Logan Crocker. Logan, tell us about Onyx Rods.
Yeah, so my name is Logan Crocker. I'm the owner of Onyx Rods. We specialize in premium purpose-built rods. If you see here behind me, I got these rods sitting back here. I designed these. 2 of these are meant for the Maumee River Walleye Run. Special thing about these, they can carry high weight. They can carry over an ounce. With the amount of rain we've been getting lately, with how high the river is, you need that weight to stay on the bottom. Right now, there's no other rod on the market that is as light as mine and can cast as much weight as mine that's designed for the walleye run. Outside of that, I also got this glide bait rod behind me. Another real specialized setup. You need a very particular rod for it. There's only a handful of rods on the market that can do what mine does. My poster back here, you can see my main manufacturing partner is going to be Alex Jingalewski with Hydra Fishing. Based on the way it works, he's based out of Aiken, South Carolina. I make all these prototypes by hand, spec them out, ship them to him. He copies them, and then I can ship them out to retailers from there. All the blanks are American made. Some components are foreign, but all of the rods are completely assembled in America.
Now that sounds amazing. So I live near the Maumee River, and I see that the walleye run is no joke. So these rods seem like they're a great, innovative idea, but I want to say the most innovative idea in this equation might be this tie bar right here. Can we get a close-up on that? That is amazing. Now, your major is?
I'm in construction management.
Now talk to me a little bit. This is a very innovative idea, and obviously you're embracing entrepreneurship mindsets. How does that apply to your future role in construction management?
Yeah, so through the construction management, I'm required to do a handful of internships, and those internship experiences actually taught me a lot about, delivering a product. The whole idea with construction is you're building a building, you're delivering a product. So that taught me the basics of, what is project management, how do you manage people, how do you get a product to market. It also taught me a lot about, I ran submittals for the entire project I was on. Taught me a lot about how to communicate with manufacturers, how product specifications work, how to get these shop drawings made. It taught me a lot more than I would have expected about getting a product to market, getting it developed, all that kind of stuff.
I love that. Logan Crocker over here with Onyx Rods. Thanks so much, Logan. Thank you.
All right, I'm here with George Klepek and Kyle Switzer and their company, KDS Media. And George, why don't you tell us a little bit about your pitch? We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, so KDS Media is a media marketing agency. We've been in the business for 1.5 years now. We mainly specialize in real estate, so we help the realtors and brokerages with photography, videos, 3D tours, drone services, but we also help them with the back-end stuff, so advertisement, social media, and helping them grow their personal brand and gain new clients. In our booth, we actually have a virtual tour that you can see a house that we actually did, and come test it out.
All right, well, thanks so much. I have to ask, I see that you're a senior accounting major. Can you talk a little bit about how your work in accounting is sort of matched up with your entrepreneurial spirit?
Yeah, so one thing going into a business, I knew I wanted to be profitable, so kind of the accounting knowledge to make sure we didn't go under was a big thing. I feel like that really helped me out making a business.
Excellent. And anything else you want to add? Anything maybe that you didn't get a chance to share, but you want to share with the audience here?
I'll just say vote for us. That's all I can say.
All right, well, you heard it here. Thanks so much, George and Kyle, for your great work. And I'm going to throw it over to my colleague, Gabe, on the other side of the room. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Glenn. Again, live from the other side of the ballroom. I'm here with Kaylee Ransom. Kaylee, I could really use a coffee. Do you have anything like that in mind? What is your idea all about?
I think I've got you covered. So this is Beam Coffee Bar. It's going to be a mobile coffee trailer. We're going to be popping up at events like farmers markets, fairs, business parks, really anywhere where there's a lot of people. We're going to be serving iced and hot drinks. Along with coffee, we'll also do like teas. And all of our ice drinks are going to be served canned, fresh to order, using an in-house canning machine, just to be a sleeker design and easier to take on the go with you. And then we're also going to be serving with our drinks, an uplifting challenge card, just something to act of self-care and also like stepping out of your comfort zone. And yeah.
That's amazing. Now, Kaylee, if someone sees this idea and you pitching this idea, they must think that you love coffee. But that might not be the total story. How did you get started with coffee? What is your relationship with coffee?
Yeah, so I actually used to hate coffee, but during COVID, my mom and I would go to coffee shops just to get out of the house and support local businesses, and she became my coffee buddy, and I've loved coffee ever since.
I love that too. I didn't always used to love coffee, but I do love going to coffee shops. And there is something about that experience and that environment. How can you replicate that with a mobile coffee truck?
Right, that's a good question. So I'm planning on having some seating as well with the mobile coffee shop, just so people can sit down, chat with the people that they're with, but also meet new people.
I love it. Well, count me in when this is up and running. We'd like to get this back here to BGSU. Again, all the folks in the room, as you're listening to these amazing hatchlings, come by, visit them, ask some follow-up questions. We'll also have voting up on the screen. So please, if you are a coffee lover, if you want to support Beam Coffee Company, please vote for Kaylee and thinking about sending her to the finalist. Well done.
All right, the time has come. This is our 15th and final hatchling tonight. I'm here with Gacy Amon, who is a senior in the Schmidt-Horst College of Business with a specialization in marketing and finance. Gacy, I wonder if you can talk a little bit about your business, Blueprint Bazaar.
Absolutely. So Blueprint Bazaar is actually a website, an online marketplace that connects designers, hobbyists, and enthusiasts. So hobbyists are people with printers, and enthusiasts are those of us that unfortunately do not have access to a 3D printer ourselves. And so our marketplace actually connects all three of these companies and supports our designers by offering them a very high commission on their work. Our goal is to help our designers follow their passions, and we want to support them in doing so. And so today, we're here actually trying to get our 3D printers, so build out that side of our marketplace. So if you would like to, consider me for your voting today.
Excellent. Appreciate that pitch. Sounds like a really important business and meeting a really important need. So we mentioned that you have both marketing and finance as a background. Can you maybe talk a little bit about some of the ways that your work in the classroom has helped inform you as you've been working through this business pitch?
Absolutely. So my marketing has definitely helped me. I've been able to launch an Instagram. So if you come over to my table, I'll give you a business card which takes you directly to it. But I've been able to market on my Instagram to actually recruit some of the designers, as well as use different platforms like Reddit, Discord, and online platforms to recruit my designers. And now we're certainly building out today.
All right, excellent. So, and I have to ask, I see you're graduating this year. Do you have some idea of what you're going to be doing once you leave BGSU this spring?
Absolutely. So I hope to return to JP Morgan Chase as a relationship banker in the summer. So thank you.
Excellent. All right, Gacy, thank you so much. Thanks for the pitch. Come on over and have a chance to talk with Gacy, learn more about his idea for the Blueprint Bazaar. And I'm going to turn it back over to Gabe, and we're going to move on with the next phase of our work tonight. Thank you.
All right, thanks so much, Glenn. So with that, if you've been counting, that is 15 hatchlings, 15 great ideas from all different disciplines, all different backgrounds, all different ideas from well-being to fishing to coffee. Right now, you all get to influence which of these 15 students, who are all deserving, get to move on to the finals. So we will move 5 students onto the finals, and for the first time ever, crowd participation decides which 5 students will be moving on. So right now, you have a 10-minute warning. I say again, 10-minute warning to get your votes in. So at 4:45, we will close down voting. So please make your way around to the hatchlings, vote, grab a drink from our sponsor, Coca-Cola, grab a restroom break, but at 4:45, we will be closing off voting.
Good evening and welcome to the 2025 Hatch, our 13th annual celebration of entrepreneurial innovation. I'm Dean Jennifer Percival, Dean of the Schmidt-Horst College of Business, and we're thrilled to be here tonight in the Leonard Grand Ballroom on the beautiful Bowling Green State University campus. Tonight, we're showcasing a semester's worth of hard work as this year's exceptional hatchling entrepreneurs present their business pitches. These hatchlings have been engaged in a collaborative mentorship experience, shaping their entrepreneurial ideas and preparing them to present to you. Your insights will play a vital role in encouraging their continued development. We're looking forward to an evening of shared inspiration and support. We'd like to express our sincere gratitude to BGSU's president, Dr. Rodney Rogers, the foundation chair, the Honorable C. Ray Mullins, members of the BGSU Foundation Board, Board of Trustee member, Paul J. Hooker, all for joining us this evening. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to fostering innovation and entrepreneurship within our university community. We extend our sincere gratitude to our generous sponsors, Wood County Economic Development, Coca-Cola, the Ron and Sue Whitehouse Entrepreneurial Fund, and the Ryan Family Foundation Entrepreneurial Fund. Thanks to their support, we have 6 prestigious awards to present tonight. Now, who's ready to meet our MCs? Let's give a big round of applause to Dr. Glenn Davis, Vice President of Student Engagement and Success, and our interim provost, and Dr. Gabe Dunbar, Senior Director of Career Design.
Thank you, Dean Percival, for the introduction. And again, thanks also to President Rogers, Trustee Paul Hooker, and of course, the Paul J. Hooker Center for Entrepreneurial Leadership, our entire extended Falcon family here tonight who are joining us this evening. We are so excited to have you. And I have to ask, can all of our students in the room, undergraduates and graduates, just raise your hand? I think we want to see just how many students we have in the room tonight. It is a remarkable turnout. Give yourselves a round of applause. We're so excited to see this many of our students here tonight.
Absolutely. Thanks, Glenn. So my name is Gabe Dunbar. Tonight, we have the opportunity to celebrate the vibrant entrepreneurial spirit that thrives here at BGSU. Throughout our semester, our hatchlings have had access to a wealth of resources across our region. We want to extend a heartfelt thanks to all of the faculty, staff, and students across campus who generously offered their expertise and support of their hatchlings. So can we give a round of support to everybody, a round of applause for everybody in support of this? Now, I do want to highlight specifically, and can we get a little bit of noise from our 17 hatchlings representing our 15 hatch ideas tonight? Can we hear it from their 17 hatchlings? We also just want to take a moment to really thank our mentors, all of our mentors that have been involved working directly with these hatchlings. All the hatchlings had a mentor to work with. Can we ask all of our mentors to stand up real quick? Thank you. We have a lot of talented people around our students, and so the time and expertise that you all poured into our students absolutely mattered, and I think we'll see that influence tonight. I also wanted to acknowledge one other group of people. Do we have any Hatch alums? So any mentors from the past or hatchlings that have participated before? Can we have people stand up and wave? I know we have a couple over here, Jonah, Elizabeth, some other mentors that are returning.
Excellent.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great. The journey that these students tonight have been on wouldn't have been possible, again, without the support. And to our mentors, you've invested countless of hours, shared your expertise and wisdom in helping bring these ideas and navigating these challenges of bringing their ideas to life. From initial concepts to polished pitches that we'll see tonight, your guidance has been absolutely instrumental. So again, thank you again to our mentors. So now we are thrilled to showcase 5 of our hatchlings. So you got to meet all 15 ideas, all of our 17 hatchlings. But as this night unfolds, you're going to be able to meet the 5 that are elevated to the finalists. And so to give you a quick overview of how this is going to work, we're going to showcase 5 students, and Glenn and I are going to wait one by one to keep the suspense going on who those 5 are going to be. And we'll invite them up to stage. We're going to show the video, and then there's going to be actually an opportunity for live Q&A. So we just want the crowd to be ready at any moment. There will be slides that come up on stage, up on the screen, and you'll have the opportunity to ask a question that we might moderate here live on the stage. And so following each video, we'll bring the hatchling to the stage for that live Q&A and some commentary.
All right, so at the conclusion of each video pitch for those 5 hatchlings in the final round, you're going to be able to type in your questions for each of those hatchlings to answer on stage live, as Gabe just said, through Slido, which is our online voting platform. You're going to have a chance to see that up on screen, and unless you want to see Gabe and me tap dance, which is not a good thing for anybody, please start thinking of those questions now, start typing them in as soon as you're ready to do so, and that'll make sure that we're able to keep those students engaged and make sure that we're able to keep things moving along as well. So from those submissions, those 5 submissions, we're going to select 2 of those questions to pose to each hatchling live on stage. And we've got our team in the back who's going to be helping us moderate and curate those questions. So in addition, though, to those 5 hatchlings that you're going to hear about, we're thrilled to announce, really for the first time this year, mirroring the hatchling presentations, we're going to be including a student organization challenge in the same exact format. And this is going to showcase the really remarkable talent and enthusiasm and creativity of our student groups here at BGSU. And you're going to get a chance to vote for your favorite to take home either first or second place for the BGSU entrepreneurial, that's a word I probably should have practiced given tonight's theme, Entrepreneurial Leadership Award.
Wonderful. And so again, if you haven't gotten the sense yet, you as the audience are going to be a very important part to this, right? Even maybe more so than any other Hatch events. So please, we'll be relying on you. There are going to be a couple of opportunities to also vote for awards. And so just wanted to give you a heads up of some of the award categories that will be available. And so some of the awards, which we'll talk about, will be available for all of the hatchlings. All 15 ideas will be eligible, and some will be for the 5 finalists. So Viral Buzz, Best Brand Story, People's Choice Award, Best Overall Pitch, and Community Impact are some of those awards categories. And so to ensure that you're ready to participate in the live Q&A and upcoming voting, please get ready to scan the QR code, and we're gonna move to some of the voting for those initial categories. So what you'll see ahead of you, or on the screen right now, is it's an opportunity to vote for the presentations you've already seen. All 15 categories are eligible for this. And so first, this is the Viral Buzz category. And so think about, as what you've already seen tonight out of the 15, which project has the most potential to take off online and generate significant buzz? So this is out of all the projects, which idea do you think has the potential to have the most buzz? And so here is a reminder of all of those lists as well. We're going to give you a few minutes to vote. And by say a few minutes, like 30 seconds.
And we are not voting tonight, by the way. We leave that to you all.
So again, this is one of 3 that are eligible for all of the categories. This is Viral Buzz. Think about which project has the most potential to take off online and generate significant buzz. We're going to do 3 voting rounds right here. Okay, ready to move in. So thank you for locking in those votes for the Viral Buzz. The next award that I want to present is the Best Brand Story. The Best Brand Story. So consider which project that you've seen tonight already that has presented the most compelling, authentic, and well-articulated brand narrative. So this is all about the brand. Which hatchling, which idea that you saw earlier this evening had the best brand story? And so again, this is a new QR code. You can scan that, take your vote. I think one of the really cool things, if you haven't already realized from all of these diverse backgrounds, right, we have students from all different disciplines, all different backgrounds. These are not just business entrepreneurship students. You know, we talked about psychology, we had flute performance earlier, construction management. I think a lot of our majors are
aviation
represented.
management. It's just great to see folks applying what they're learning in the classroom to this entrepreneurial mindset. Really exciting to see where they've come.
And I think that's one of the cool things about our entrepreneurship minor here at BGSU as well, that isn't required for participating in the Hatch, but many students do. Any student across the university, regardless of their major, can add the entrepreneurship minor. So it's really cool to be able to see students apply that entrepreneurship spirit to any discipline.
And our hatchlings tonight are just a great example of that kind of work.
Absolutely. So again, this is a call for wrapping up voting for best brand story. Which hatchling idea do you feel like has the best brand? And we're going to move to the next one. So the third award that all of the students are eligible for, all of the hatchling ideas, is the People's Choice Award, which is connected to the coveted Eggie Award. So if you remember the Eggie is back. And so this is for the Eggie Award. So this is your chance to simply vote for your favorite overall poster presentation that resonated with you most. And the winner of this will take home the Eggie. So again, this is your criteria. Which one was your favorite? Which one is the People's Choice? And again, all 15 projects have the opportunity to take home the People's Choice, even if they don't move on to the final 5 hatches. All right.
I think we're good.
With that,
all right.
Thank you so much for voting. The votes are in, so we'll reveal those a little bit later. And so again, your votes now and your questions and participation later are really going to help keep this energy moving.
We need those questions, so get ready to ask those questions, please.
So now, I guess the big question is, are you all ready to see some hatches?
We are ready to see some hatchlings. All right, excellent.
So the energy is fantastic. We're about to see the first of our 5 incredible hatchling pitches. This first entrepreneur that I'm about to announce has identified a unique need in the market and truly developed a compelling pitch. So let's hear this pitch from Harrison Jacob. And his hatch, yeah, give it up.
What if I told you the most essential worker in modern agriculture is dying? Dying by the millions. Not a machine, not a fertilizer, but a honeybee. Every year, beekeepers across the United States report catastrophic colony loss. In 2023, over 49% of all hives vanished. That's not just a sad statistic. That's a direct threat to our food supply. All while pollinators are responsible for more than 75% of the crops we eat. Apples, almonds, blueberries, melons, and cherries. Without bees, supply chains collapse, food prices rise, and fields go quiet. And still, demand for pollination grows. Farms are getting larger and more specialized, and they're more dependent than ever on managed pollination. Many farms now lease tens of thousands of hives each year just to ensure a harvest. But with natural pollinators in decline, we're falling dangerously short. This isn't a problem that will fix itself, and that's where Hive Nexus steps in. Hi, I'm Harrison Jacob, and Hive Nexus is a scalable beekeeping network built around a simple idea. Let people with land become part of the solution. We install and manage beehives on residential, commercial, and agricultural properties, and we take care of everything: setup, monitoring, seasonal movement, and health checks. During spring and summer, our hives support pollination in urban neighborhoods, gardens, parks, and rooftops. In the late season, we rotate those same hives to agricultural partners, to orchards, vineyards, and farms that rely on seasonal pollination. Our clients are everyday people, homeowners looking to restore biodiversity, farms needing dependable pollination, schools, businesses, and local leaders who want real environmental impact, not just talk. It's a living network of pollinators, small scale in appearance, but large in effect. By year 3, Hive Nexus will have over 2,000 hives deployed. But the real metric isn't hive count, it's pollination sites. Thousands of gardens blooming again, acres of farmland producing fruit, and hundreds of communities brought back to life by bees. Hive Nexus isn't about rescue, it's about restoration. And it works because it's designed to scale and powered by the people who care enough to act. Here's the truth. We don't need to wait for someone else to fix this. We can do it together. If you have land, any land, you can host a hive. If you manage a farm, a school, or a park, you can make it a pollination site. And if you care about where our food comes from or where our world is going, you can take action. Hive Nexus gives people the tools to restore what's disappearing, one hive at a time, one property at a time, one ecosystem at a time. Here's the truth. No one else is going to fix this for us. Not soon enough and not at scale. But we can. If you own land, even a backyard, you can become part of the solution. If you grow food, manage property, or care about the world your kids will inherit, you have the power to restore pollinators where you live, work, and grow. We're not here to ask for sympathy. We're here to offer a path forward. One hive, one place, one community at a time. Join us. Host a hive. Be the reason pollination survives. Hive Nexus. The future is buzzing because people like you choose to act.
So Falcons, can you keep that warm applause going and welcome Harrison Jacob up on the stage. Harrison, well done, well done. Come right up here. So Harrison, tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, in the state of Ohio, my family is one of the oldest beekeeping families there are. I am a third-generation beekeeper, and some of my fondest memories growing up were working out on the bee yard with my grandpa and my dad in a bee suit that was too big for me, ensuring that we could give back not only to our community, but to our ecosystem as well.
I love it. So this started early for you, this passion for bees.
Early.
That's great. So one of the things we want to open up right now, and up on screen there will be a slide here. So if you have a particular question for Harrison about his idea, about his business, you can submit those questions and we'll elevate those up here on the screen. So Harrison, is there anything that you haven't been able to share with this audience yet about the uniqueness of your business plan?
Yes, there is. Hive Nexus is really breaking into the market here. There is no other commercial beekeeping company like Hive Nexus. By tapping into a market of eco-conscious landowners, we are ensuring we are at the tip of the spear as we break into a market to ensure that pollination and pollinator sustainability will thrive.
I love this. Okay, so here's a question that just came in. Harrison, I think this idea is really cool, right? Of all these pollinators all over, how do you eliminate, and maybe others are with me, how do you eliminate the threat of natural predators or like taking out those hives?
Absolutely. Hive Nexus operates with a robust survey system before we establish any hive on an individual's property. To do this, we not only measure our environmental impact, but we also ensure that we are placing the bees in a location that is safe for the bee population and the general public as well. To ensure that these natural predators are no threat to our hives, we conduct these surveys and place these hives in locations that are inaccessible to these predators. For pests and other diseases on the hives, we maintain an integrated pest management system with our professional team to ensure that these bees operate safely and securely well into the future.
I love that. Okay, here's another question. What about people or businesses that are concerned with infestation of their houses, right? I've got young children. What about when the bees start coming in the house? Do you have to worry about bees stinging people or swarming around those hives?
Absolutely. As a beekeeper, this is a question I receive a lot. Will bees sting me? Will bees attack? And no, they won't. Hive Nexus specifically designs and grows our own bees from the ground up, from tiny baby bees in our hives. We do this to ensure we can cut costs on our overhead margins, and we can also raise the most docile bees out there in the market. Not only does Hive Nexus design very safe and secure bees to ensure their genotype is secure, but we also ensure that these are very docile and non-aggressive bees to be placed in the general public.
Last question. How do we get a hold of some of the honey?
Hive Nexus operates on a dual revenue model. We take those hives from your property during the summer months, and in the winter months, move them across the United States to the West Coast, to California, Arizona, Nevada. 90% of the world's nut production occurs there. After that, those hives are brought back to your property and then harvested, where our clients can choose to receive a cut of the shares from the company's profits, or they can opt in to receive all honey products from that beehive. Locally harvested honey, beeswax, and even propolis are things you can receive by joining us at Hive Nexus.
Well said. All right, folks, give it up for Harrison Jacob, Nexus, Hive Nexus.
All right, so we're now going to shift gears a little bit, and we're going to focus on the entrepreneurial spirit that is found in our student organizations here at BGSU. These groups have taken the initiative, identified critical needs in their communities, and developed innovative solutions to address them. So let's start with our first presentation, which is from BGSU's Society for Human Resource Management, also known as BGSU SHRM. So let's roll that video, please.
Last April, I sat down across the table from Jenna and said, I have a crazy idea. Let's start a new student organization. Hi, I'm Chloe Lloyd.
Hi, I'm Jenna Hastings, and we are seniors that are pursuing a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and also the co-founders and co-presidents of BGSU SHRM.
BGSU SHRM is a dynamic student organization dedicated to fostering the development of future HR professionals.
The purpose is to create a supportive community where individuals can engage in meaningful discussions and cultivate a deeper understanding of the multifaceted aspects of HR.
Last year, student leaders in the College of Business identified an opportunity within our college. Specifically, we don't have very many HR-related offerings, leaving students with few sources to develop HR technical skills, as well as get their HR-related questions answered. These students quite entrepreneurially took the initiative and founded and developed a chapter of SHRM at BGSU. And the success of this chapter has actually spurred the management department to begin working towards and developing an HR specialization.
We have 42 active members who meet bi-weekly to hear from HR professionals, build community, and give back through service. Our engaged executive board, led by founding co-presidents, provides strategic leadership. BGSU SHRM impacts students by providing opportunities for personal growth, professional development, and networking.
By participating in BGSU SHRM, students can build relationships with industry professionals, gain insights into the HR field, and enhance their career prospects. We are excited to support and collaborate with BGSU SHRM in nurturing the next generation of HR leaders.
In 2025 to 2026, we will implement corporate sponsorships, which will not only provide financial support and access to more resources, but will also increase professional development opportunities and industry connections at credible companies within our community.
It was never about making our name known. It was always about creating a community for students, driving positive change, and contributing to the public good of all. Entrepreneurship is more than just starting a business. It's about seeing an opportunity, taking initiative, and turning dreams into reality.
All right, so please join me and congratulate. What a great presentation from representatives from BGSU SHRM. So we would now like to welcome Chloe and Jenna to the stage for a Q&A. Chloe and Jenna. All right. And please keep those questions coming. Congratulations. Thank you. Congratulations, Jenna. So as those questions are starting to come in, I love the way that you've kind of expanded that definition of entrepreneurship. Yes, it can be about starting a business. It's also about really seizing on a great idea and providing opportunities where they didn't exist before. So I wonder if you can talk a little bit about some of the ways that you went about actually getting this organization off the ground.
Yes, so actually last April, I looked at Jenna, I was like, hey, we have some free time at senior year, let's start a new student organization, which is kind of a crazy thing to say, but we really went through multiple steps. We went through Dean Percival, Dr. Will Sawaya, all sorts of different steps through the university, through national SHRM affiliation processes. So a lot went into this in the 3 quick months that it took us to get this launched for fall semester.
Great, thanks so much. So our first question has come in. So what are some of the strategies that you see BGSU SHRM using to successfully implement your future entrepreneurship initiatives of corporate sponsorship?
Yeah, I think this is a great question. In terms of corporate sponsorships, we're already very engaged within the community. You heard from Nora, the Nora president last year. NORA stands for Northwest Ohio Human Resource Association. So this is a Toledo, Ohio branch of SHRM, which is the Society for Human Resource Management. So when we were starting this organization, we knew that we wanted to capitalize on that involvement within not only Northwest Ohio, but also the national organization. Within our current organization, we partner with lots of local corporations. So we had speakers from Owens Corning, Marathon, PBE, all coming in. And so really within this corporate sponsorship idea, we just want to build on those sponsorships. We already have the corporate relationships. It's just furthering that mindset.
Great, thank you. So another question's just come in. So how have you collaborated with professional SHRM or SHRM chapters in the region or elsewhere?
Yeah, so I think a little bit on that Jenna just touched on is the Northwest Ohio HR Association. We are both members, and thankfully NORA membership is free to students, so that is something that is very strongly encouraged for our chapter members, but we have the opportunity for these students to go to these professional development career opportunities just right up the road, but we also really are looking for utilizing this funding from this competition to send students to SHRM Ohio Annual Conference. We think that this is essential to the further development of HR professionals, especially here in our BGSU community.
Great. So one last quick question, just a couple of seconds, but you're both graduating this year, is that correct? And it sounds like we have a number of members of the club here today, is that right? All right. So what are some of the strategies to help keep this momentum going?
What was that?
What are some strategies to help keep some of this momentum going after you guys graduate?
We have a phenomenal executive board transitioning on. I know we have a couple of them here tonight, so really the vision is more than just me and Jenna. The vision is the 42 community members that we have built, and we have kind of created that within our time at BGSU. But I would also add that our promotion of BGSU SHRM has started the creation of a human resource specialization within the Schmidt-Horst College of Business. So that's looking to go live here spring 2026. So lots of good things ahead.
Well, thank you so much. It sounds like you've had a really major impact here in your time, and congratulations to all the other members of the group as well. Chloe and Jenna, thanks so much for your leadership, and please give them all a round of applause. All right, so it is time for our second hatchling of the evening. So everyone, again, we're going to keep this energy going. We're going to move right along to the next hatchling. So get ready to be inspired by another innovative idea as we present the recorded pitch of Gacy Amon and his innovative idea, Blueprint Bazaar. So let's roll that video of Gacy's pitch.
Imagine a world where 3D products are as easy to buy as a charger from Amazon, where designers can create without fear of their work being stolen, where hobbyists can find high-quality, print-ready designs without needing to sort through endless, confusing files, and where enthusiasts, those of us without printers, can still access custom 3D printed products right at their fingertips. That is the world that Blueprint Bazaar is building. Right now, designers struggle to monetize and protect their work. Hobbyists with 3D printers face inconsistent quality in free design repositories, and those without printers have limited access to custom 3D printed goods. Competitors like Thingiverse lack monetization and IP protection, while marketplaces like Cults 3D and Shapeways cater only to certain aspects of the ecosystem. There is no single designer-focused, consumer-accessible marketplace that bridges these gaps effectively. Hi, my name is Gacy Amon, and I founded Blueprint Bazaar to be the first true marketplace that connects designers, hobbyists, and enthusiasts, creating a streamlined ecosystem built on 3 key pillars. 1, that designers can upload and sell their models with built-in IP protection. 2, that hobbyists can access tested, high-quality, 3D printable designs with clear settings and community reviews. And 3, enthusiasts can order customized 3D printed products without ever needing to own their own printer. We're removing barriers to entry, protecting creators, and making 3D printing accessible to everyone. The 3D printing industry currently is an over $29 billion industry and is expected to grow to over $100 billion by 2032. With increasing demand for digital assets and custom manufacturing, the market for 3D model sales alone is a multi-billion-dollar opportunity. Industries from gaming and collectibles to healthcare and prototyping are shifting towards customized on-demand production. By positioning Blueprint Bazaar at the center of this booming digital to physical economy, we can capitalize on a market that is still fragmented and inefficient. We are not just another file sharing site. We're building an economy for what is currently an inefficient market. Our revenue stream consists of 5 key areas. Commissions on model sales, where designers earn from the creations while we take a small portion for the work that we do. On-demand 3D printing, providing printable services for users without access to 3D printers. 3, designer subscriptions, offering premium tools, marketing support, and enhanced platform features. 4, sponsored listings, featured placements for designers to increase visibility and their sales. And 5, licensing agreements, partnering with businesses for mass productions of unique 3D designs. Now we're starting with the most critical piece, our early adopter designers, because without great content, the marketplace simply doesn't thrive. Our plan includes onboarding top designers through direct outreach, partnerships, and incentives, engaging maker communities, hobbyists, and university networks to help drive demand, building an in-house 3D printing farm to fulfill print orders for enthusiasts without printers. And to accelerate this vision, I'm asking for funding from the Hatch to purchase industrial-grade 3D printers and build out the on-demand printing side of this business. This will allow us to fulfill orders immediately, generating revenue faster, and scale our marketplace by offering tangible products alongside digital files. More importantly, this investment will help prove our business and establish us as a serious player in the 3D printing economy. I personally have invested nearly $4,000 into Blueprint Bazaar because I believe in its success. I am committed to ensuring this business not only launches, but soars. Blueprint Bazaar isn't just a marketplace. It's the future of 3D commerce, a place where designers don't have to worry about theft, where hobbyists can find quality without the guesswork, and where everyone can access the power of 3D printing. We are here to revolutionize the way people buy, sell, and experience 3D printed designs, and we're just getting started. Join us in building the next evolution of digital creation.
All right, so please give a big round of applause to our next hatchling, Gacy Amon, who we're going to welcome to the stage. Gacy? Great job, Gacy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So as some questions start coming in, I'd love to ask you, we know that entrepreneurs face challenges and need to pivot and need to reimagine their ideas and have to overcome challenges on a daily basis. So I wonder, what a remarkable pitch. You've thought through how this is going to work for designers, for businesses, for end users. Really remarkable. But I wonder if you could maybe share with some of the audience maybe one of the challenges that you faced and how you were able to overcome it.
Absolutely. I think one of the challenges I faced was actually cutting the market down too small. I was actually looking at mostly just serving people who wanted to print little minifigures or things of that nature for their passions. And it wasn't until my mentor out there, John Antalik, actually helped me to expand my market and expand the reach that I could actually have in that organization if I were to just broaden my scope and actually do some good market research and survey some people.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much. And again, thanks to our mentors for all the work that they've done with our hatchlings. So one of our questions has just come in. What has been the most challenging part throughout this remarkable journey?
Absolutely. I'd say the most challenging part is probably still being a student. I'm a very involved person outside of just the Hatch and being a student. And while I have been cutting back to kind of just enjoy my last senior year, graduating this spring, May 3rd, day after my birthday, by the way. But because I've been working towards graduation and trying to have a 3.5 on my GPA, really doing that as well as trying to do everything to start a business, like buying a domain name and all the marketing that goes into this, all the planning, the business model canvas that I had to run through with John over and over again. All of that was definitely the most challenging part.
Excellent. I think that also does showcase we have these amazingly talented entrepreneurs here, but are also full-time students who are really working to excel here. So thank you for the dedication that you've shown. I know all our hatchlings are doing something similar too. All right, so how many designers have you established as partners so far in your business?
Absolutely. So right now we're up to 10 designers who want to be a part of the entrepreneurship idea. And how many top designers, which the question asks, we actually recruited 2 of the top designers from Thingiverse and put them onto our website. And they were designers that had hundreds of thousands of likes. They had the best prints on there. And we actually recruited both of them because we told them, hey, you don't have to stop anything that you're currently doing. We just wanted to offer you another opportunity to maybe make some money that we feel like you're deserved. And so we were able to recruit them. And so we're up to 10 total, but I'd say
Excellent.
2 of them are our top.
Well, Gacy, that's great. Before we let you go and we move on to our next hatchling, just one question. What got you into 3D printing in the first place?
So I was online, and I a whole bunch of things come on my For You page, obviously. But one of the things that came on was these storage containers that this man was constantly adjusting and trying to change to make them better and better and better. And so he was releasing his prints by himself, and I was like, man, I wish I could just buy that print. And it kind of led me to this problem of, I bet other people are having this issue where they would like to just buy something like that. So that's where it came from.
Well, Gacy, thank you so much. Again, please join me in congratulating Gacy for his amazing pitch. Great work.
Thank you. That one?
And we're going to, yep, you can go off either way. We'll work. And thanks again, Gacy. Congratulations.
All right. We're going to roll right into our next hatch. Are we ready for that? All right. So this next brilliant idea, a little bit of innovation that I think you'll find yourself getting hooked by. This next idea is Logan Crocker with Onyx Rods.
As a fishing outfitter, I always strive to find the perfect rod for my customers. I work with anglers trying to build an arsenal of rods where each one has a defined purpose, but no matter where I look, all I find are general purpose rods that don't quite meet their needs. They don't want good enough. They want a rod designed for their exact style of fishing. That's the issue I see with many rod companies, and it's exactly what Onyx Rods is here to solve. My name is Logan Crocker, and I'm the founder of Onyx Rods. We specialize in high-quality fishing rods designed for serious anglers who demand precision and performance. Unlike big brands that offer general-purpose rods or so-called technique-specific lines that barely scratch the surface, every rod we produce is truly purpose-built. We work with a trusted private label manufacturer to ensure high-quality production at scale while keeping costs competitive. This is a large opportunity. According to Grand View Research, the U.S. fishing rod market is currently valued at $225.8 million and has a projected annual growth rate of 6.4%, which puts the industry at a value of $327.1 million by 2030. More anglers than ever before are refining their techniques, and the demand for specialized gear is growing. Yet, major brands continue to focus on low-quality, general-purpose products, leaving dedicated anglers underserved. That's the gap Onyx Rods is filling. Our product line is designed to meet this demand. We're launching technique-specific rods tailored to key applications, like our rod for river run walleye, a rod specifically designed for shore fishing the Great Lakes using jerkbaits and crankbaits, and a line of bass fishing rods that cover everything from light jigs and unweighted plastics to big glide baits and heavy cover punching. These are rods that anglers actively search for but struggle to find, and while competitors charge a premium without necessarily delivering better quality, we provide true value, premium components, expert craftsmanship, and high-performance rods at a competitive price point. Outside of rods, we have concepts for brand new patentable baits and terminal tackle, which we plan to develop in Phase 2. What makes us different? First, we're truly purpose-built. No generic designs, no compromises. Second, we're focused on direct engagement. We're not just another name on a shelf. We will be active in our community and will utilize open source research and development processes in order to truly capture the needs of anglers. Third, our marketing strategy is built for today's consumer. While many competitors rely on outdated tactics, we're leveraging targeted digital advertising, influencer partnerships, and even TV advertising, an underutilized channel in this market. This ensures that we not only build a strong brand, but also convert engagement into sales. Now let's talk about traction. We're currently prototyping, we've secured a manufacturing partner, and have strong early interest from serious anglers. We are positioned to move quickly, and with the right funding, we can execute our go-to market strategy effectively. We are seeking investment to fund inventory, marketing, and retail expansion, setting the stage for scalable growth and long-term success. So, why invest in Onyx Rods? The fishing industry is growing rapidly, yet many anglers don't feel that their needs are being met. We have the right product, the right market positioning, and a clear strategy to dominate this space. This is an opportunity to be part of something disruptive and high potential in an industry ready for innovation. I'd love to discuss how we can grow this business together. Let's make Onyx Rods the go-to name for serious anglers.
All right, Falcons, let's keep it going. Welcome Logan Crocker on stage. Logan, welcome, welcome. This is so exciting. So Logan, how are you feeling?
Feeling great.
Great, great. How are you feeling about the progression of this whole idea? When did you originally have this idea? Was it a hobby? And then to this point that you're actually prototyping and selling and developing this equipment. Tell us about that progression.
So I started working as a fishing outfitter at a major retailer about 3 years ago, but I didn't start building rods until over last summer. Actually, it was pretty recent. Picked it up, started to enjoy it, but then, with my experience building rods and with working as a fishing outfitter, I started to notice a lot of holes, and I realized I can fill these holes. So I started reaching out to manufacturers, started making these connections, built my own business up, and now we're here at the Hatch.
Now we're here. That's great. As you think about potential next steps, right? You're also studying construction management, which I think is also very cool. And again, students across disciplines are thinking about entrepreneurial ideas. What are some possible pathways for your future, whether it's Onyx Rods as a full-time role, seeking that, or maybe something that you would do alongside as you're doing construction management? Talk to us about what some of those potentials are.
Yeah, so I am in construction management. It's still, going to be my career plan, my backup plan mostly, but my main plan is Onyx Rods at this point. My parent company, Bluegrass Custom Rods and Tackle, my ultimate goal is that's going to wind up being Bluegrass Outdoors Group. I'm going to be a full-service outdoors brand. I'm going to service camping, hiking, hunting, fishing, everything.
I love that. Well, I think it's great too, as you think about, like you said, like plan A or plan B, right? As we think about life design and helping students think about their future careers, right? We're prototyping lots of different pathways. So I think that's awesome that you're doing that. Let's go to an audience question. What's your strategy, Logan, in thinking about gaining a competitive advantage over other rod companies?
Yeah, so my main strategy here is really just offering the rods that people are looking for and not finding. If you guys came around to my booth, you saw some of my products, my rod for the walleye run, glide bait rods. I've got the, if you make it, they'll come kind of thing. Outside of that, I think being up at these events, these tournaments, expos, that kind of thing, getting my brand out there, showing people, hey, these rods that you're looking for that you can't find, they're right here. I think that's going to communicate as much of a competitive advantage as what I would need.
That's amazing. Now, is this more, I'm an amateur fisherman, are these more opportunities for like river and lake things locally, or could this be extrapolated out to deep sea fishing and different things?
Yeah, so in phase one, I'm targeting mostly Great Lakes fishing scenarios. We're talking like the Great Lakes themselves, tributaries, smaller streams throughout, inland lakes within Michigan, Ohio, all that kind of stuff. From there into phase two, I'm going to expand out my research and development process. I'm taking in feedback from every consumer. I've got hang tags on my rods. I'll have stuff up at events, stuff on my website. I'm getting the feedback from everybody, compiling into one thing, which is going to allow me to then figure out, okay, so I'm in Ohio. What do people in Louisiana need?
Absolutely. Okay, and last question. Do you plan to sell out of retail stores or a website, kind of some electronic e-commerce, or a combination of both?
Yeah, so at first I'm definitely going to be focusing on, pre-existing brick and mortar retailers in the fishing community. Nobody likes buying a rod that they haven't felt. They need to know that it's good. There's a lot of variability when it comes to how much a rod's going to bend, how much power, all that kind of stuff. People like to feel it with their hands, so brick and mortar is really the main retail location for any fishing rod. But outside of that, I am planning on working with other retailers in the region, like talking to Fish USA, Fisherman Central, these stores that they're local. Shipping to them is going to be cheap, but they ship across the country. I can get my brand spread out, and then in later phases, I am looking at doing some direct-to-consumer online sales as well.
That's amazing. All right, Logan. Well, thanks so much for being with us tonight. Thanks for sharing your ideas here. Let's give him a hand. Logan.
Thank you.
All right. Next, we'd like to have another student organization spotlight. So we are continue to be impressed by the creativity across campus with all of our student organizations, and it's really cool to be able to spotlight another one of those here tonight. And tonight, we have the Falcon Entrepreneurial Network. So take a look.
I have so many business ideas, I just don't know where to start. My name is Wyatt Michael, I'm a digital arts major, and I'm looking for opportunities in the real world and real world skills.
My name's Leah McMillan, and I major in product and service design, and I want a space to collaborate with like-minded peers for us to figure it out together.
My name is Gabby Workman, and I wish I had the opportunity to network with people in all stages of entrepreneurship and to learn from them about starting and owning my own business in the future.
All across campus, students are talking about entrepreneurship, whether it be a clothing brand, a tech app, a nonprofit, or a side hustle. And what's great is they're not just business majors. They're artists, engineers, nurses, and writers dreaming about turning their idea into reality. That's where FEN comes in.
An inclusive, cross-campus student organization built to support and inspire entrepreneurship in all its forms. Whether you're trying to build a brand, create a product, or just want to know what entrepreneurship looks like, FEN is your space. But students have no idea it exists. So how do we change that?
The Falcon Take Flight Dinner, an evening where students, faculty, alumni, and local entrepreneurs will come together for a night of inspiration, celebration, and connection. We will have guest speakers from across the business world, including student founders, faculty entrepreneurs, alumni, and local business leaders, sharing their journeys, advice, and lessons they learned along the way.
There will also be a silent auction featuring products by student-owned businesses and local startups to spotlight founders while supporting FEN's future.
We also want to build a coalition of student organizations to help put this event together, because this isn't just a business dinner. It's a launch pad for every student who wants to create, build, and take flight.
So whether you're just curious about entrepreneurship or ready to start your next big thing, FEN is where you start.
Falcons, keep it going. Let's welcome Owen and Leah to the stage. Hey, welcome, welcome. Great job on the video. That was great. That was really fun. So tell us a little bit more about FEN. Can we call it FEN? FEN for short, Falcon Entrepreneurial Network. When did this start? How has this been moving on campus? Is this a relatively new idea? Has it been existing for a while? Tell us a little bit more.
Well, initially the entrepreneurship organization on campus was known as CEO, and that organization actually was disbanded about a couple of years ago, and then FEN is meant to be the successor organization to that organization. We currently are in our third year of operations, and we have been have our up and downs already, but we have been working to establish a solid team behind us and to establish and make our name known within the BGSU community.
Amazing. Amazing. So I'm curious for you both. And you mentioned earlier, FEN is open to all majors, all students, right? Because all students can be entrepreneurial. I'm curious, and maybe Leah, if I hand this over to you, why is being entrepreneurial so important to you for your education, for your life? Well, how has that started for you?
Yeah, of course, I'd be happy to answer that question. So I actually major in an individualized program that I built in product and service design for accessibility with an entrepreneurship minor. So as a designer, entrepreneurship is crucial to my future, but every student can be an entrepreneur. And lots of students just don't have the opportunity to start. There are organizations for students majoring in business or who are in the Schmidt-Horst College of Business. But for me, I'm in the College of Arts and Sciences. So FEN provides me the space to continue my entrepreneurship journey and figure out whether I want to be an entrepreneur inside another business or if I really want to start my own business to design things that I'm interested in, like toys and games. So entrepreneurship, just like design thinking through life design, is really important to understand throughout all industries.
I love that. Well said. So you all represent kind of this space for entrepreneurship, right? And again, all students across campus are welcome to attend. And so then where do you start crafting some of the ideas? I mean, maybe talk a little bit more about this particular idea that you mentioned in the video of this kind of dinner, this networking opportunity. Why is that so important?
Yes, so we actually have multiple meetings every now and then where we will have idea discussions and just present which thoughts and just brainstorming, honestly. And we do these often in order to generate new ideas for what we want to do. And for the dinner, that was an idea that we had all generated, and it is meant to not only allow it be accessible just for FEN, but for other student organizations on campus so that we can both get our name out to other organizations and collaborate in a way that benefits everybody on campus, allows everybody to have access to a broad network of connected people and successful businesses and individuals, and allows us to then be the, what's the word I'm looking for? Be the conduit for that network.
Well, I love it. Well, I know you all have come tonight to get a little bit more buzz, a little bit more spotlight on this organization. I think you're definitely accomplishing that. One last question. What could a member, so maybe there's students in the crowd that are considering FEN, what could they expect by joining this student organization?
Yeah, so I'm a pretty new member. I'm actually a first-year student and joined just about a month ago when I heard about it. So a member of FEN can expect not only a network of peer mentors, other students from freshman to senior year, but they can also expect industry mentors and faculty mentors. We actually just had a speaker come in who has been working in the graphic design industry for more than 30 years. So she's really specialized in design thinking, and she's helping us learn, have our members of the organization learn more about what that means to entrepreneurship. So you can expect guest speakers who are specialized in an industry. If you're still figuring out where you want to be when you graduate, it's a great place for you. And we can also feature brainstorming sessions to help brainstorm events of the future for FEN, but also help brainstorm your personal ventures.
I love it. I love it. Well, as I mentioned, one of the things you're trying to do is raise the spotlight for this. And in terms of partners, count us in with the Clean Career Hub. This sounds like something that would be right up our alley as we're trying to help students connect and network. So thank you all so much for being here tonight. Count us in for next year and look forward to working with you all.
Thank you.
All right, Owen and Leah and all the members. Any other members of FEN here tonight? All right, thank you. Congratulations, folks, and thanks for doing what it takes to start a new organization here at BGSU. So it is now, though, time for our fourth hatchling. So we're going to continue showcasing our incredible talent tonight, and let's take a look at a recorded pitch from Kaylee Ransom and her idea for the Beam Coffee Bar. Let's see that video.
I never thought I would be starting a coffee business because for most of my life, I hated coffee. The smell, the taste, the hype. I just didn't get it. Everything changed when I finally gave it a chance. What started as a simple cup of coffee turned into something much bigger. A passion for discovering unique coffee spaces, exploring their aesthetics, and most importantly, connecting with the people inside of them. Hi, I'm Kaylee Ransom, a senior honors student studying marketing and entrepreneurship at Bowling Green State University. I fell in love with the feeling of walking into a coffee shop and instantly feeling welcomed, inspired, and a part of something bigger. I loved it so much that I started a coffee Instagram blog, documenting every new shop I visited, their drinks, their designs, and their atmospheres. Through that, I built an incredible community of coffee lovers, connecting with baristas, bloggers, and shop owners who all shared the same love for the craft. That sense of community is what fueled my journey, and it's what led me to create Beam Coffee Bar, a mobile coffee trailer designed for women by women. Too often, life after college feels dull. The spark fades, responsibilities pile up, and somewhere along the way, we forget what makes us us. We stop embracing what makes us vibrant, creative, and confident. And society tells us that caring about aesthetics or tapping into our girlhood is silly. It's not. It's what makes us feel alive. That's where Beam Coffee Bar comes in. We're not just serving coffee, we're creating a movement. Every cup is crafted to inspire confidence, creativity, and connection. Our drinks are bold, vibrant, and beautiful, just like the women we serve. Every visit is a chance to romanticize your life, rediscover what makes you shine, and step into a space that feels supportive and empowering. Our menu is designed for both coffee lovers and those looking to explore something new. We'll be serving a rotating selection of hot and cold coffees, including Americanos, drip coffee, cold brew, and lattes, plus a new specialty flavor each month to keep things exciting. What truly sets us apart is our canning process for all iced drinks. Instead of serving them in traditional plastic cups, every iced coffee and tea will be canned fresh to order using our in-house canning machine. This creates a sleek, mess-free, and elevated experience, enhancing both the presentation and enjoyment. And we're taking it a step further. With every drink, customers receive an uplifting challenge card, a small action to encourage self-care, boldness, or a new experience. Whether it's sparking a conversation with a stranger, trying something outside of your comfort zone, or taking a moment to celebrate yourself. These challenges turn coffee into more than just a drink. They turn it into a daily ritual of self-empowerment. Now, launching a mobile coffee trailer means multiple revenue streams: daily coffee sales, private event bookings, branded merchandise, collaborations with local businesses, and community events and workshops. Beam Coffee Bar is the first truly Instagrammable coffee trailer in Northwest Ohio, not just because it looks beautiful, but because it makes women feel beautiful, seen, and supported. It's a place to be bold, to stand out, and to beam, both in confidence and in community. Right now, I'm looking for investors and partners who believe in building something bigger than coffee, a space where women feel empowered, inspired, and a part of something special. With investments between $1,000 and $25,000, we can fully launch Beam Coffee Bar, secure our mobile setup, and bring this vision to life. Coffee changed my life, not just because of how it tastes, but because of what it represents: connection, confidence, and community. That's what Beam Coffee Bar is all about. Are you ready to bring the spark back?
Please welcome Kaylee to the stage. Great to see you.
Hi.
Congratulations on
Thank
your
you so
pitch.
much.
Great. So I just put this together while I was watching your pitch, but almost exactly a year ago, we actually sat next to each other at an E-Week event in this ballroom in that corner, which I did not remember until I saw the video. And I wonder if you can maybe take us on a little bit of a journey of what that year has done for you and how that's really helped you elevate your pitch and get a much better understanding clearly of your brand and what it is you want to accomplish.
Yeah, so I've been wanting to start a coffee business for the past 7 years. And I didn't even want to do the hatch until last semester, but my mentor was my economics professor, and he talked me into it. And I'm very glad he did. But yeah, I just really love coffee, and I wanted to create more of a community. I'm graduating in May, so like I said in the video, I'm kind of feeling a little bit lost. But I wanted to create a community for women, just to feel empowered, and I really wanted to latch onto that brand identity.
Excellent. And you say you're feeling a little bit lost. It seems like you've got a really clear vision.
Thank you.
So I think obviously that
Fake
was
it till
really,
you make it.
really nicely done. Fake it till you make it. A good sign of an entrepreneur there too. So I wonder if you can talk a little bit about how your marketing major, I know, has also helped you really develop this brand. How have you been able to apply some of what you've learned in the classroom into this passion project?
Yeah, so I've taken plenty of digital marketing classes, and I'm taking a social media marketing class right now, and I also work for BGSU's marketing department. So I think I've utilized a lot of those skills, just creating the color palettes and just the overall branding. I wanted it to be very bold. You see it's bright yellow, bright pink. I just wanted it to stand out, and I think that my classes here have really helped me accomplish that.
Great. All right. Thanks, Kaylee. So our first questions come in. Can you give an example of some of the community events that you plan to host?
So I'm not necessarily hosting community events right now, but I would love to pop up at farmers markets, fairs, business parks, soccer games, events like that. But going forward, I would love to host more of professional development workshops for community members, specifically women, just helping them bring their spark back.
Excellent. So do you have any ideas of how you might be interested in scaling this project?
Yeah, so eventually I would love to open up a brick and mortar shop. Not yet.
Okay.
I think the coffee trailer is a really good way to start with lower costs and just be able to build a customer base within the region. But yeah, I would love to start a brick and mortar.
Excellent. And then our last question has just come in. So are there other collaborations with local businesses that you see occurring that might also help your mission of empowering women?
Yeah, I would love to partner with local businesses. Specifically, I'm not offering any food items, but I see myself partnering with like a local bakery or maybe some other drinks like a soda shop or something like that.
Excellent. All right. Well, Kaylee, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Congratulations on a great pitch. Please join me in congratulating Kaylee.
Thank you.
All right, Falcons, we are down to our fifth and final finalist for hatches. And again, congratulations to all of our hatchlings for competing tonight. It is my pleasure to introduce our fifth and final hatchling finalist, Maya Balderson with Nocturnal Nature.
Every night, countless parents head off to work while their children sleep. But behind every late shift is a silent, unseen struggle. Parents working overnight often face the challenge of leaving their child with babysitters or family members that are not trained to the standard they deserve. I watched this firsthand working at a daycare for 3 years, where I saw the toll it took on parents, how they had to balance their career and child safety without the right support. I'm Maya Balderson. I'm a first-year marketing and entrepreneurship student, and that's why I imagined Nocturnal Nurture, a nighttime childcare solution that provides parents with the care and peace of mind they need, especially during the night. Meet Mark, a single father and factory worker, Kiana, a single mother and nurse, and the Carter family. Chris is a software engineer at a global tech company, and Marissa is a bartender. All of them love their careers and their children, but their work schedules often mean they need childcare at night. No one should have to choose between family and career, yet this is a common struggle for more people than you might think. There are 793,600 night shift workers in Ohio, but only 18 licensed childcare services open overnight. These workers could be your neighbors, or your family, or maybe it was you at some point. But regardless, there is an unmet need and a market desperate for help. Nocturnal Nurture aims to relieve the guilt parents feel when they need to work late at night, offering reliable overnight care. Everyone knows AI is an imminent part of the future, and while no one is willing to leave their child in the care of AI, it can offer an interesting resolution to common problems. Nocturnal Nurture will use technology to enhance safety and communication with parents. Our user-friendly app will offer daily updates on activities, meals, and even an option to monitor your child during the night. We will also offer drop-off and pickup services for parents in need at a small cost. To address any safety concerns that may arise, we will have a secure authentication process at every login to protect sensitive information, and only approved individuals will have access to the app. This ensures the safety of both your child and your personal data. By using cutting-edge technology, Nocturnal Nurture ensures that parents are always connected to their children, offering them real-time updates, virtual check-ins, and a secure platform that keeps their child's care transparent and accountable. In addition to the app, we will provide constant communication through automated but staff-curated messages, updating parents on their child's well-being. Another priority will be specialized training for nighttime care, as nighttime care requires unique skills and protocols not currently instructed. Parents will also sign off consent forms for routines, meal preferences, and allergies to curate the desired experience for families. Also, all meals will be pre-approved with a nutritionist following FDA guidelines. Lastly, full-time facility monitoring will ensure the safety of all children and parents. Affordability is a key factor for 91% of the parents I surveyed. Due to this priority, our rates will be lower than the average, $240 for infants and toddlers and $185 for older children. By utilizing our app's technology to streamline communication and reduce in-person interaction, we can keep rates competitive while offering quality care. Within the next 3 years, I will focus on forecasting, developing the app and messaging system, getting accredited training for nighttime care, and building a customer base. After that, I will open my business and explore scaling opportunities. With the changing climate of the workforce, there will always be children in need of this type of care, and we must ensure their safety and well-being. With your support, we can nurture this concept into a trusted nighttime childcare. Thank you for your time. I look forward to discussing the future of nocturnal nurture with you.
Falcons, keep it going for Maya. Welcome to the stage, Maya. How you feeling?
Good.
Great. So Maya, starting off, I thought it was unique. You did something a little different than the other hatchlings. In your pitch, you really zoomed in on particular customers. There was a really empathetic market research customer. Why was it important to you as you thought about this to think about a human-centered approach in this hatch?
Well, childcare is such a personal thing. And so I wanted to create a visual effect of who I'm servicing, because it's easy to say a statistic of 700,000, but when you see those 3 individual cases, that's a personal, empathetic connection you can make, and that's very important when talking about childcare.
Absolutely, absolutely. So how long has this been a potential interest of yours to maybe create an innovative idea or develop a business? Like, where did this idea come from, and where are you hoping to go with it?
Well, over those 3 years I was working in that daycare, I was always asked if I wanted to babysit overnight or late in the night, and I saw this need just grow and grow. So in probably my senior year of high school, I really narrowed into this idea, and when I got to Bowling Green, I applied for the hatch, and when I got accepted and got to deep dive into the necessity of this, my passion just grew for it.
That's really cool. Now, for those in the audience that maybe haven't been part of this hatch, maybe talk about what is the development process like? Like, what has this semester been like for you as you've thought about this idea?
So you kind of just give them your idea and a little bit about why, how, and then the minute you get in there, the first day, they were like, okay, now go up and tell everyone what you're doing and why.
Wow.
The very first day. And then they sit down with you and they're like, okay, but really, why do you want to do this? And that developmental process is really important because you have to understand who you're servicing before you can even attempt to tell them what they need. And that's definitely the focus I focused on.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, maybe a question is, how do you have plans to maybe expand into daytime care? So I think your product, you're thinking a very niche product right now in terms of some evening and weekend things. What about, do you think you could compete with daytime care?
Well, I have thought about when I scale, maybe starting it from the minute school's let out to the minute they start, because often they don't need childcare during the school day, but if I can be there to catch them right when they're done and right before they start, then I can see that being a potential scaling opportunity, because parents might need that gap that I'm not filling. So I will look into it, definitely. That's a great question.
I love that. It absolutely is a great question. And thinking about, taking it one step at a time, finding that niche, and then scaling from there. Last question, could you clarify, and this is a really unique product, and thinking about like the technology behind it, but could you clarify for the audience exactly who would be watching the children? Maybe there's like some robots watching, or like who's actually taking care of the babies?
Yes, I can definitely see the confusion. But it will be people that are trained and licensed and background checked and everything. Real people that will be watching the children with monitors while the child is sleeping. So like a baby monitor you would have in your house. That feed will go directly to the parent's app, and it won't go to anywhere else, just that parent's app. And that's just for peace of mind and reassurance for that parent. And nothing else. People will be watching the kids, not robots.
I love it. Thanks for clarifying. All right, Maya Balderson, give it up, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Don't know if anybody's working on a new microphone business here, but so with that, we have reached the end of our hatchling presentations. So again, what a remarkable display of innovation, of passion, and of entrepreneurial spirit. So please join me in congratulating these 5 remarkable hatchlings. And if we can get another round of applause for all 17 of the hatchlings and their mentors who participated tonight. Really, what an amazing showcase of innovation and of the talent of BGSU students. So thank you all so much. So we now move on to the exciting phase of tonight's event that you've all been waiting for, which is the selection and the announcement of our winners. So you will now be voting. You're now well practiced with that Slido, and we're going to see a QR in just a second. We're going to be voting for winners based on the 5 hatchlings who joined us tonight on stage. So what I'm about to announce, these are just going to be for the 5 hatchlings that you saw tonight, and they're going to be in the following categories, and get ready to vote. So the first one is the Community Impact Award. This award honors the business with the greatest potential to positively impact our community. Again, the Community Impact Award honoring the business with the greatest potential to positively impact our community. And we'll give you all just a couple of minutes to vote on that one. Are y'all seeing that on your apps? Excellent. I'm getting some nods from the audience. Thank you. We'll give that just a couple more seconds. All right, so as we wrap up voting for the Community Impact Award, and you can see the 5 folks who pitched tonight from the stage. All right. So the next award is going to be for the best overall pitch, recognizing the most compelling and effective presentation, the best overall pitch. I'm happy to report that we have 2 awards tonight for the best overall pitch. So please take a minute to vote for that one. Best overall pitch for Gacy, Maya, Logan, Harrison, and Kaylee, and the remarkable work that they did for us tonight. Take just a couple more seconds to wrap up the Best Overall Pitch Award. Thank you all for participating. This is one time where we like seeing everybody on their phones. This works well, thank you. All right, I think we are ready to move on to our final category for the evening, which is the Student Organization Entrepreneurial Idea Award. This honors the most innovative business idea originating from our student organizations. Again, the Student Organization Entrepreneurial Idea Award honoring the most innovative business idea originating from our student organizations. We had 2 representatives tonight, BGSU SHRM and the Falcon Entrepreneurial Network. We'll take just a minute or 2 to vote for these folks. All right, so as we are wrapping up voting for those categories, I just want to say we want to express our thanks to all of you, our engaged and insightful audience. Thank you for participating tonight, for providing your questions, for helping us dig deeper into these really remarkable ideas that our hatchlings have had tonight. It really could not have been done without you. We appreciate all that you've done. And to show our appreciation for your participation, and for your keen eye for innovation, we're going to be handing out some special prizes to a few of our lucky voters. and people who've asked questions as well. And these have been drawn randomly from all of you who have participated in our Slido polls. I believe Gabe has the envelope, which is not actually an envelope. It is just a piece of paper, but he's got it, and I think we're ready to announce some of our audience participation winners.
You're giving away our tricks.
Sorry, there's no envelope.
Absolutely. So we've got a few prizes to give away to our students in the audience tonight. And again, a huge thanks to Coca-Cola for sponsoring our prizes. There are some great prizes back there if you haven't seen. So we are giving away a mini fridge, a slushy machine, Tiki Speakies, which sound like they're very fun. So for our students, I'm going to announce these, and after the event, if you could go back to the Coca-Cola table and claim your prize, they ranked them, so based on whoever gets announced first gets their first dibs, okay? So make sure you get over there after the event. So first off, can we get a little bit of a drum roll going, please? A little bit. Thank you. All right, Nick Stern, where are you at? Nick Stern.
All right.
Right here.
Congratulations, Nick.
All right, Nick Stern gets first dibs. Nick, are you leaning towards the slushy machine? Absolutely. My man. All right, secondly, drum roll, please. Brooke Korsgaard. Where's Brooke?
Oh.
Brooke. Not here. Okay, well, we'll continue on. How about Braden? Braden, are you in the house? Braden Slattery.
Oh. All right.
All right. Marion Jones. Marion Jones.
All right. You're going to get all the prizes.
I know,
so
right?
This is great.
All right. And Avery Rinch. Avery, are you in the room?
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Well, we will come up with an alternative fun way to give those things away at the conclusion of the program, so be waiting.
Definitely will. All right. And again, thanks again to our sponsor.
Absolutely. But again, big thanks to Coca-Cola. So as we are waiting for the results to be tallied and to get our final awards, what we'd like to do, we just have a few moments. What we'd like to do is invite Ryan and David, our faculty that have been running the Hatch program. Can you join us on stage, please?
Please welcome Ryan and David.
So as they're coming up, obviously we have our talented students, we have our amazing mentors, but there is a lot that goes behind the scenes that we thought it'd be fun to unveil. So gentlemen, come on up.
Come on up, folks. Thanks again. Please give them a round of applause for all the work they did in making tonight happen.
So gentlemen, maybe a quick introduction, just in case folks don't know who you are.
I am Ryan Holly. Been teaching entrepreneurship for a few years now. Both David Uhlenhake and I are both entrepreneurs, business owners, and love to be able to give back to our students throughout at least in my experience, all the failures I've had. All those failures end up coming together, and you learn from them, and you pivot, you move forward. And now we've been able to see several iterations of the Hatch, been able to see these student entrepreneurs, and in many cases, those here, have pivoted many times and come up against multiple obstacles. And to be able to come out on top and pull this off in just a few weeks it's phenomenal to be a part of that.
Thank you. As Ryan said, this has been an amazing experience. This is my first year as a faculty here at BGSU, and coming from entrepreneurship and launching products, working side by side with Ryan here has been a pleasure.
So for those in the room that maybe don't understand the behind-the-scenes process, and I think Kaylee had mentioned and Maya had mentioned, they kind of came with an idea. So how did you all, what is the structure, what is the process for a student to come in with the idea to get to tonight? Can you walk us through that a little bit?
So the first time they make an application to be part of the Hatch, and there's a team that looks through the application to see how can we come alongside and support them, guide them. We never want to do the work for them. The students are selected. We get to have them for an hour and 15 a couple times a week. And they're also partnered with a mentor. So these lovely people up in the front row here that we've mentioned. Thank you so much again for all of your time and efforts. They spend usually about an hour a week with their mentor working on their ideas. They come into the classroom, we light the classroom on fire and see who survives. There's lots of chaos, lots of twists and turns, as we mentioned. And we try to do, David and I, kind of what our experiences have been, put up the guardrails to give them that opportunity to fail without risking it all and still moving forward. So we talk through several things. Who is the customer? What is the problem? How can we solve the problem in a unique way? And do we have an opportunity to produce some sort of proof of concept or identify the marketability? I think that's primarily the gist of it.
All right, so I've got a question for you guys too. So David, I wonder if you can tell us, you're working with this remarkable group of students and these amazing mentors. Maybe you can share, to get back to Gabe's idea of something maybe a little bit behind the scenes, maybe you can tell us one of the more surprising things that came out of some of the work that you saw here, because there's so much innovation happening. I wonder if you can maybe describe for us a time when you were like, I never thought that would have come out of this conversation, this session, anything like that.
That's a great question. Thank you. I'm going through the list in my head of those events that happened. I think the young ladies that had Roadworks was the most surprising to me, because they came in with a concept, with an idea, that as they started doing validation, they weren't sure if that was actually going to work on the market. And they pivoted, started doing more discovery. And they pivoted. And what they found is the value in the discovery process, not just jumping straight into an idea. So what they turned that into was a business proposition for helping entrepreneurs. So they ended up helping the whole entire class. They helped at least one, if not two, student organizations, including FEN. One of FEN's, they were a big part of FEN developing the student dinner. So they became a right away productive group and an asset to the university right away.
Wonderful. Well, Ryan and David, thank you so much for the time and energy behind the scenes that you've put into this, that you've put into our students, preparing them. They did a great job, and thank you so much for your work.
Thank you both so much. Thank you. Great job tonight, guys. Thank you. Great job, Ryan. Thank you so much. All right, and now we actually do have envelopes for this next one here. So we're just going to do a quick look at our script here. I believe that, we got an endorsement there from our trustee, Paul Hooker. Thank you all so much. I'm going to hand that over to my colleague.
All right. So we are first going to give away or award our Student Organizational Entrepreneurial Idea Award. And so again, we had two organizations representing those ideas, which were phenomenal. And so first of all, I would like to thank both of our organizations and all the students represented for being here tonight. So I'll start with our second place idea and our second place organization representing themselves. Falcon Entrepreneurial Network, FEN.
All right. Congratulations.
Okay, and that leaves our first place winner, BGSU Sherm. Give it up for BGSU Sherm.
Congratulations to all of our students and the work that they're doing to make our campus a better place. Thank you all so much. All right, so next we have the Viral Buzz Award. This award celebrates the pitch that generated the most excitement and buzz. And this winner is, and again, please, if the hatchling and their mentor can come up on stage to be recognized as soon as we announce their names. So this year's Viral Buzz Award goes to Kaylee Ransom, the Beam Coffee Bar. Kaylee, please come on up. Congratulations. Congratulations, great job. Congratulations, and thanks so much for your mentorship. Congratulations, thank you all so much. Do you want to get a picture? Congratulations again. Thank you so much.
All right. Our next award is the Best Brand Story. And so again, this award recognizes the hatchling who helped craft the most compelling and most memorable narrative. And from all of the folks in the room, as you voted on this, you found the most compelling brand to be Mind, Body, and Soul. Allison Dubinsky. Come on up, Allison.
Congratulations, Allison. She does.
And Allison, if we have our mentor, Allison's mentor here tonight.
Congratulations. Great job. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, great job. Yeah. Stepping in. It's me. All right. Congratulations again. Great job. Okay, so our next award is the People's Choice Award, which recognizes the audience's overall favorite hatchling. And it's presented to the presentation that most captured your hearts and minds and is the winner of the coveted Eggie, which is heavier than it looks to whoever wins this. So the winner of the People's Choice Award is Michael DeShetler. And his mentor, Jim Murray. Congratulations, Michael. Great job, Michael. Awesome work. It is heavy. Thank you so much for your mentorship. Thank you. Congratulations. Congratulations, guys. Great job.
All right. All right. Our next award is the Community Impact Award. This award honors a hatchling whose business idea has the greatest potential to positively impact our community, creating meaningful change. And your vote, based on your vote, the winner is Maya Balderson, Nocturnal Nature. Come on down, Maya. Congratulations.
All right, folks, this is it. This is our final award of the evening. We have 2 awards in no particular order for the best overall pitch. So again, I'm going to read 2 names. We'll do them in order. We'll give folks a chance to come up with their mentor, and then we'll have the second one come up and give it, get a chance to celebrate as well. So our first winner of the best overall pitch, which recognizes the hatchling who delivered the most compelling and effective presentation, showcasing not only exceptional communication, but also a strong business concept. The first of our winners is Gacy Amen. Please welcome Gacy and his mentor, John Antolik. Congratulations, Gacy. Congratulations. Congratulations, and thanks for your mentorship. Thank you. Yeah, I got the next one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Gacy. Thank you so much for your mentorship as well, John. Thank you. And our final award winner tonight, also for the best overall pitch, please join me in welcoming Harrison Jacob and Rich Myers, his mentor. Congratulations, Harrison, and your business, Hive Nexus. Congratulations. Great job, Harrison. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you for your mentorship. And I think Gabe then sends it over to you.
You just want this? And so as we wrap up tonight, again, congratulations to all of our winners. Congratulations to all of our hatchlings for being here tonight, for being part of this. Thank you so much for our participants. Thank you for being here, for being actively engaged in voting and helping to make this a really unique event. So on behalf of Glenn and I, thank you so much for letting us hang out with you and be the MCs tonight. It's been a pleasure for us, and I'd like to hand things over to Dean Percival.
So first and foremost, I've learned something from President Rogers, and it's called when someone builds you a great script, you need to go off of it. And so what I'd like to do right now is ask Elizabeth, who wrote the great script for this evening, to come up on stage. We have a small token of thank you for all of the time, the efforts, the new technologies, the new format, the catering, all the other myriad of questions and changes that we have thrown at her over the last 2 months to make tonight possible. She has spent hours and hours and definitely deserves all of our thanks for making this a great evening. And with that, we conclude the 2025 Hatch. What an inspiring evening it has been, witnessing the incredible ingenuity and dedication of our student entrepreneurs. We've seen groundbreaking ideas, compelling pitches, and a true testament to the entrepreneurial spirit that thrives here at BGSU. Tonight's winners, and indeed all of our participants, have demonstrated the power of vision, hard work, and the drive to make a difference. We're happy to share that the recording of tonight's session will be on YouTube later, so if you would like to watch again, if you'd like to share it with others in the community to help these entrepreneurs continue their growth and development, please help us get the word out there about the wonderful entrepreneurship happening here at BGSU. Thank you all for a great evening. It's with our heartfelt thanks that you all voted and got engaged. This is the first time we've tried it, so it seems to have worked really well. Thank you to all of our mentors, our sponsors, and of course, you, the audience, for making tonight special. Let's give one final resounding round of applause to celebrate the remarkable talent and innovation we've witnessed tonight. Thank you all.